Kyle and I talked last year. Kyle Ochs is here from Sustain Fest. Good morning.
Thanks. Appreciate you having me.
I'm so glad that you're here. And this is such an interesting concept for a music festival. Sustain Art and Music Festival.
You're excited about it.
I'm excited because, well, for one thing, it's in one of my favorite places in the whole world, the Hoosier National Forest.
Just northwest of French Lick, in between French Lick and Shoals, and we're off a gravel road. And
how in the world do you get power down? Do you have generators running?
No, we
What's
got power.
going on?
It's a beautiful property. It's shockingly beautiful and well developed. It's not a field. And I tell people, we're not a festival in a field. It's got a rolling hills. I mean, you know that topography down there, right?
Yeah.
It's just beautiful. It has a spiritual vibe when there's no one there. So you can imagine when we show up with music fans and everybody's feeling a lot of love in the audience, the vibe is really strong.
Well, and that kind of goes into the whole idea behind this. So you call this Sustain Festival.
Yeah.
So sustainability is what is sparked in my mind when I hear that. So, but what do you mean by that?
Right. And so typically when people hear the word sustainability, their sort of initial thought is environmental sustainability, right? Mm-hmm. Which is important. Reuse, recycle, repurpose.
Sure.
Finally getting some traction in just the common language of, let's just do what we can, right? Let's try to reduce plastics. Let's try to, maybe hold on to that shirt a little longer than we used to, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And that's important. But we also emphasize social sustainability, right? And especially post-pandemic, how do we build connection, true connection, right? Where you're compassionate. There's like this full-on assault really happening of true community. And we want to combat against that, right? And then economic sustainability, which we talked about before we got on air. How do we build an event that's affordable, but yet everybody gets paid?
And I think a lot of people don't realize that. People who go to music festivals and things like that, they don't know the challenges that you're talking about, dealing with all of these bands, and then who's making the most money. And how can that be more, I don't know, evenly distributed, but more maybe
equitably.
Yes. Yeah, there you go.
No, exactly right. They don't, and I didn't know. I've been an entrepreneur a whole life. I've been in the trucking business, which has razor thin margins.
Yeah.
This music industry is crazy in regards to, as you mentioned, the number of kind of hands in the cookie jar, right? You start thinking not just the band, you got venues, advertisers, it's really challenging to get it to work for everybody. And I think there is a little bit of a gap in awareness to the average music fan that there's a lot of great music out there that they haven't heard of yet.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's talk about some of that music that's coming. So we've got two events that we're talking about today.
Yes.
We're talking about Sustain Festival, which is May 15th and the 16th down in French Lick, as we mentioned. Who do you have coming, and who are we excited about?
Well, yeah, so we have about 16-plus bands. Just under half of those are from Indiana. The others would be regional or national bands. So Debutantes, which is out of the Fort Wayne, absolutely. They just opened up for Sam Bush. They just opened up for Yonder Mountain String Band. So if you're a bluegrass person and you don't know Debutantes, you're late to the party, okay?
Yeah.
And so they'll be there for the fourth year in a row. And then we've got some, like the folks that we're going to talk about the April event. Yellow Banks is out of Owensboro, Kentucky. They'll be playing here in Indy, but they'll be playing at the festival as well. And that's another chance of the concert series to kind of tease some people, right? Show them a little bit what they have. So.
Well, let's talk about then that. Yeah. So this is happening here in our building. So we're in the Stutz building. WTTS is here in the Stutz building. And then Turner's, the bar over here, is hosting an event, special event for you guys.
That's exactly right.
With Yellow Banks and with Ivy Creek Ramblers.
Correct.
And this is coming up on the 17th of this month.
Right here in April on a Friday. Yep, at your building. We're taking attendance. So we have all the WTTS employees. They're expected to all be there.
Okay. All right. Put me on the list.
Yeah. Turner's, if you haven't been to Turner's, it's a wonderful, I would call it kind of a neighborhood bar. Not necessarily known for their music, but they're willing to take a chance for us, again, being a nonprofit and trying to do some cool things. Just take some time.
He's got everything in the right place. He's Kyle Ochs. He is behind Sustain Festival, and that is May 15th and 16th down in the Hoosier National Forest near French Lick. And then later this month, a little sooner than that, April 17th, Ivy Creek Ramblers and Yellow Banks at the Stutz building at Turner's. Kyle, thank you so much for your time. This sounds great.
I appreciate you. Appreciate you having us in. Appreciate everything you're doing for independent live music, too. I know you guys are an Indiana-owned company and doing the heavy lifting, right, to get the word out, and we appreciate that.
It's so important to us. Thank you, Kyle.
Yep.